everybody, and welcome to The Getaway. As you know from the introduction, my name is Star. And before we get into today's agenda, I would just like to say a couple of things. The reason why I started this vlog in the first place is because I wanted somewhere where moms could come together, not only to talk about our kids and relationships, but also to have like a little bit of escape, so that way we can talk about music and celebrity gossip. Me personally, I don't go out and I don't really keep a lot of friends around me. So this was kind of my way of doing something differently, but still creating a community where everybody shares the same common interest. And, I know there's a lot of social sites where you can go on to and you can connect with other people. But this is it's more live, it's more real to me, right? So I just decided to start this up, and I hope that this continues and I have you guys' support and you guys like what it is that I have to say, what it is you guys see during this vlog, and so on and so forth. So I could talk on and on for hours, to be honest with you. I'm a Virgo. I always have stories, always have something to say. This vlog is not going to be perfect. If you are a person who's sensitive to certain things, I don't think this will be the vlog for you, because the goal for me is to keep everything all the way 1000. You will hear some cursing. You will see a disastrous house sometimes. You will see my kids running around. Again, this is 100% real. I don't live in a big fancy house. I don't have kids that, just sit in one spot and stay still. That's not my life. So you guys will be seeing a lot of chaos from time to time. So just bear with me. This is my first vlog. So let's get into today's agenda. And again, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you guys have any questions, there will be a number at the end. You guys can text me, hit me up on social media, whatever the case is. Let's get into it. So for today's agenda, we have share your birth story, how to deal with fighting siblings, how to not get loud with your kids and back talk, and how to discuss bullying. Okay, so for the birth story, I'm going to do my story with my first daughter, Azalea. To start with, when I was pregnant with her, I didn't believe I was pregnant with her. I took the test 3 times and then called my dad to make sure that I was reading the right results. Went to the emergency, showed them the 3 tests. They looked at me and they're like, so you're pregnant? I'm like, I'm not really sure. And they're like, okay, giving me that look, like, what's wrong with this weirdo? So they confirmed, yes, indeed, I was pregnant with her. And she was supposed to be born September 11th, but she was 4 days late, ended up coming out September 15th. And I was in labor with her for 17 hours. Everything started off like really good. And I thought, okay, we're getting somewhere, things are progressing. But then I stopped dilating at like 6 centimeters. And for the life of me, I didn't know what was going on. I was scared. I waited for like hours, and I'm like, okay, like all the worst thoughts came to my mind. I'm sitting there like, what if I can't get her out? Like, what if I'm pushing and like I just can't get her out? Okay, she's stuck at 6 centimeters. Is her head like halfway out? No, they would tell me if her head was halfway out. Like, I was freaking out. I was thinking like worst case scenarios for everything. They ended up giving me oxytocin to speed it up, and I was so high. I was saying the stupidest shit. Apparently, I was saying, like, I like purple. I hate the color purple. Purple is not my color. And then, apparently, I was saying I was peeing like I was Kim Kardashian. I don't know. I don't even know what that means. But apparently, I was a little out of it. So, when she was born, apparently, the first thing I said to her was, "You stink." I know that sounds so bad, but when they placed her on me, the smell was just like, whoa, this is what a new baby smells like. I do remember, though, like when I was pushing and everything, I asked them to bring in a mirror so that way I was able to see what everybody else was seeing. Like, come on, everybody else could see. Everybody else is seeing my cooch. Like, I want to know what the hell's going on down there, too. And I seen what was going on down there, and it was kind of like a good motivator. Like, I felt more motivated when I was seeing her come out, because I was like, okay, yeah, there she is. Like, a couple good more pushes, and then like she's gonna come out. So I did that, and I liked that experience. It was fun. Well, not really, it hurt, but the whole everything after that was really fun for me. So that was my little story on Azalea. Okay, so how you stop siblings from fighting. Shouts out to Maisha for this question. I forgot to shout out Jennifer on the other question, my bad. But here we go with this one. So everybody's method is different for how they deal with their kids fighting. I know my kids fight consistently, even though one is 3 and one is 9 months. You wouldn't even believe at the fact that they can still have arguments and they make no sense. Whether it's Azalea trying to play with Shazaya's toys for some reason and Shazaya not wanting to share, to Shazaya taking Azalea's toys and putting it in her mouth, just the smallest things. How I handle it may not work for you, but this is just what I do. Again, this is what works for me. I just take the damn toy away, quite frankly. I don't care who started the fight. I don't care who escalated the fight. I don't care for anybody's side. I just take it away and both of you guys are getting punished. Because the way I look at it is like this. If anything happens to me and you guys as father, you guys only have each other at the end of the day. I don't care what the issue is. You guys should not be fighting with each other. And I know everybody's going to be like, oh, well, Star, they're siblings. They fight. Yeah, for sure. 100%. Do it behind my back, though. Don't do it in front of my face. I don't want to see you guys fight. I don't feel like you guys should be fighting. And it's as simple as that. Whatever they're fighting over, I take away. If it's just the argument where they're yelling at each other because Azalea feels like her little sister's bothering her, then okay, cool. Everybody gets a timeout. Everybody has to go to their own separate corners until everybody can get along. Again, that may not work for everybody, but that's what works for me because they're siblings. You get what I'm saying? Like, if you guys want to fight, you guys team up and go fight somebody outside. You guys don't fight each other. I want them to be close, and I know it may not happen like that, and they're gonna get older, and like I understand all of that. But for right now, while you're in my house, you guys are gonna get along. If you guys don't want to get along when you guys go in your room, by all means. But when you guys are in front of my face, you guys are all happy and honky-dory. I just take whatever it is away from them. They both get punished. It's as simple as that. Because at the end of the day, no matter what it is you do as a parent, you're never going to be right. Especially not to your kids. You're never going to be right. They're never going to take your side on it. So just punish the both of them or punish all of them, depending on how many kids you have. It doesn't matter. If one is in trouble, all is in trouble until everybody can get along. And once you guys start getting along, I'll reconsider. But in order to make them get along, I keep them stuck with each other at all times. If you want to get mad at her, well, then she's going to stay right beside you for 5 minutes. You guys are going to hug it out. You guys are going to hug each other for 5 minutes until I think you guys love each other enough to be let go. But again, that's just me. Everybody's different. Okay, so again, shout out to Maisha. And the next question is how to not get loud with your kids. See, this one, I'm not going to lie. I get loud with my kids all the time. Sometimes they just don't listen. I get frustrated. I'm just like, I swear, my neighbors probably think I'm like doing something to these kids. Because all you hear from my house all day is, Azalea, sit down. Azalea, sit down. Shazaya, don't put that in your mouth. Azalea, sit down. Like, it's just madness. What I personally do when I feel like I'm not, like, I'm just over it and I don't want to yell at them anymore, I simply just walk away. I know it sounds like, okay, Star, what are you talking about? Just walk away. I don't mean walk away and leave your kids unattended. Obviously not, right? But when my daughter starts and she's at that level and I'm there telling her to stop doing something and she continues to do it and she feels like she does not have to listen to me, I just simply look at her, I turn around, and I walk away. When she tries to talk to me, I don't say anything to her. When she tries to apologize, because now she realized, okay, Mommy's not talking to me. Mommy's not yelling. Mommy's not doing what Mommy normally does. What's going on? And when she sees that, okay, Mommy is pissed off, she'll come, she'll apologize, and I still won't say anything to her. I know it may sound cruel to some people. Some people are probably going to be like, oh my God, well, why is she doing that? Like, that's neglect. But no, because at the end of the day, you have to put up certain boundaries with your kids. And I personally feel like as a parent, no matter what you do, you are not going to win. If you teach your kids something a certain way and somebody else disagrees, you're not going to win. If your kid goes out there on the road and embarrasses you and does something they're not supposed to do, it's going to come back on you. Like, what kind of parenting do you have? Like, what are you teaching your kid at home? But then if you bust your child's ass, you're wrong for that, because now that's child abuse. You get what I'm saying? So as a parent, you won't win. It's either your kid's going to listen to you or your kid's not going to listen to you. But it all depends on how you deal with it. So me personally, when Azalea starts and she doesn't want to stop and she feels like she knows more than I do and she feels like, okay, I don't have to listen to anything mommy says and, I'm going to push mommy's buttons today, mommy simply just signs off because you're not bigger than me and you don't help me pay no bills inside here. So you're going to act like the little lady you are. But again, that's just me. That won't be everybody's method. Not everybody will like that method. But that's just what I do. I'm just simply going to ignore you until you understand that I am the parent and you are the child and I don't have to give in to you. You listen to what I say. It's not the other way around. Okay, now this next question was personally is from me. So kids and back talk. My 3-year-old, she does it all the time. I don't know if anybody else's child does it, but mine does. If I tell Azalea to do something, I get the why. No, I don't want to. If I tell her to go to bed, I get the I can't and the stomping of the feet and the walking away. See me? I'm not that kind of parent. You're not going to play with me like that. No, this is what we're not going to do. At the end of the day, I'm your mom. You're the child. You didn't raise me. I'm raising you. When she starts with all of that and she feels like she's bigger than I am and, she could do whatever the hell she wants and she could speak to me any way she pleases, I take something I know she likes away. Like for Azalea, it's her bedtime stories. She loves her bedtime stories. Azalea will not sleep without her bedtime story. So I know that moment that I hear her even go to say something, I'll be like, okay, you know what? No bedtime story. And then she'll go to again, and right when she goes to do it again, okay, no switch. And then she'll sit there and she'll look at me and she'll be like, okay, so let me just shut up before I keep getting things that I want taken away from me. So that's my method. Again, as I've been saying throughout the video, that won't be everybody's method. A lot of people may not like it. But that is just personally what I do. I take whatever it is away from her. As much as it takes, I take it away and I stick by it. That's one thing you have to do, especially with kids. You have to stick by what you say. Because kids know. When you give in to them, whatever, they know. They're like, okay, I could push mommy's buttons, that far before she gives in to me. You always got to stick to what you say. And I realized that with my daughter. Because the moment in time, I say, okay, let me give her a little bit of leeway. She runs with it. Like, she takes it all and she just goes. So it's like you really got to stick to what you say. If it's okay, no bedtime story and no desserts, you have to mean that and you have to take it away for a good amount of time, not just for 5-10 minutes. You get what I'm saying? Like kids know, okay, I'm gonna sit here for 5 minutes, I'm gonna play the good card, and then boom, right back to what it was. No, you have to take it away for like a couple days so that way they know, like, I lost this privilege. This is something I really like and I'm not going to be getting to have what I really like or be doing what I really like because I did not listen. And over time, like, it's not going to work overnight, but it will work. It's something I've been doing, and the moment in time I started, she hated it, and she did have a point in time where she tried to still try and push my buttons just to see how far I'll go. And that's when I started taking her stuff away for longer periods of time. So then she realized, okay, when the next day comes and she woke up and she was like, okay, mommy, can I have my bedtime story tonight? Or mommy, can I play with my Switch? Or mommy, can I watch my show? And I say, no, you're on punishment. She does not like that. She doesn't like it at all. So now she knows when I tell her to go do something that she doesn't want to do, like for example, it's always bedtime. So if I look at her and I say, Azalea, go to bed, she'll look at me like she wants to cry, but she won't stomp. She won't none of that because now she knows, like, she doesn't want to get any more privileges taken away from her. And that seems to be what works for me. So shouts out to Maisha again for this next question. How to talk to your kids about bullies. Now, see this one, this topic. Can I tell you guys how in September, a day before my daughter's birthday, I told you guys earlier, my daughter's born on the 15th. So the 14th, my daughter woke up in the morning and she wanted to go to the park. And I wasn't really doing anything. I said, okay, why not? I got her dressed. I got her sister dressed. We went to the park. And a little girl comes over and she wants to play with my daughter. And my daughter, she's a very nice person. Like, my daughter, she doesn't say no. So my daughter let the little girl play with her. And the little girl was getting really rough. Like, she kept pushing my daughter's head in the sand. And my daughter's not a confrontational person. Like, she'll defend herself when need be. But otherwise, she doesn't like drama. She's not that kind of kid. Like, she she's really quiet. Even when we go to the park and stuff, she plays by herself. She doesn't even play with people. Like, she's very to herself. So the little girl was being mean, and I called my daughter over because I didn't like it, but I'm not a kid. I can't go say anything to her, right? So I just told my daughter, I'm like, listen, just stay away from that kid. That kid's not playing nice with you. My daughter did that, but the little girl still kept pushing her head in sand. I told the little girl to stop, play nice. It didn't work. They ended up getting into a little fight, and my daughter had pushed her on the ground and kicked her, which I can't really say I was mad at. She was shoving my kid's head in sand for all but 5 minutes. So, okay, move past that now. The little girl runs away. She goes to her backpack, runs back. My daughter's underneath this little house thing making sand castles. And this little girl comes, and my daughter's hair is in a ponytail, and she had cut the ponytail. And keep in mind, it's my daughter's real hair. My daughter's hair is long, like it was flowing into her back, and my daughter's really, really tall. And she cut my daughter's hair. I remember hearing my daughter cry, and I run over and I'm like, Zay, what happened? She's picking her hair up off the floor. She's like, Mommy, I'm gonna look so ugly for my birthday. And let me tell you guys, I lost my shit. The mother of the little girl just told me, it's okay, kids will be kids. It's not that serious. It's hair, it'll grow back. But oh my God, I was losing my mind, because it's not even like she looked at me and said, I'm sorry for what my daughter did. She was just outright rude. Like, it wasn't even a big deal. And mothers, and some fathers, you guys know what you guys go through for your kids' hair. You know how it is to maintain your child's hair. You go through all the stops for your kids' hair. So for another little girl to cut it and for her mom to sit there and act like it wasn't even wrong was baffling. But okay, move past that. Now I have to explain to my daughter why it is another kid felt like it was okay to cut her hair. Meanwhile, why do you even have your kid with scissors in the park anyways? That's just dumb. But okay, to each his own. I'm not that kid's parent. I don't know how that kid's parent teaches her. It is what it is. It's not my business. When we got home, now I have to explain this to her. So we got home, and I think one thing that's really important when it comes to talking to your kids about bullies is you have to, help them to understand, or tell them in a way that they understand that not everybody is going to think like you. So what you know is wrong, and what mommy and daddy tell you is wrong, and what we say no to, and to another person, that might not be no. And I think that's really important. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, okay, well, doesn't that not confuse the child? But it's like, again, it's how you deliver it. And I had to make my daughter understand that, listen, me and you know it's wrong to bring a scissors to the park. And me and you know it's wrong to go up to somebody and hurt somebody. But to that other kid doesn't know that it's wrong. And at first she had a really hard time understanding that. But once she got that concept, that's when I moved into everything about bullying. And I just I let her know that, listen, it's not that you're going to do anything wrong, but not everybody is going to be nice. And to be honest, it may sound mean, but even when she's home and me and her just here or whatever, I'll look at her, I'll be like, Zay, I don't like your shirt. Like, yes, she hears in my voice that I'm joking. And again, this is just my method, but I do that and I teach her how to respond to it at the same time. I don't just look at her and be like, oh, I don't like your shirt, it's fucking ugly. Like, no. I'll be like, Zay, I don't like your shirt. And then she'll be like, really, mommy? And I'll be like, no, baby. If somebody tells you that they don't like your shirt, you say, so? I like it. You do the negative and the positive aspect. So if she's sitting there, I'll be like, Zay, I don't like that ponytail you have. Now she looks at me, she'll be like, it's okay, I like it, it's my ponytail. And it's the most amazing thing ever. And it starts with you letting them know first, like, listen, not everybody's gonna be nice to you, not everybody is gonna like you. I know that's harsh because they're young, but that's life. Everybody gets made fun of. And I feel like it's better to teach your kids how to deal with it while they're younger, because kids aren't nice. Man, kids are mean. I've met some kids that are like 3 and 4 and they're fucking rude. Like, I don't know where the hell they get it from. I don't know what it is they be doing at home, but bruh, they are mean. There are some mean ass kids out there. They're meaner than me and I'm grown. Like, they're mean. So like I feel like you got to teach them from young, because once they go to school or kindergarten, whatever, and they come across that one mean kid, and that kid knows that your kid doesn't know how to handle that, your kid might get beat up and shit. And I don't want that for my kid, because my daughter's already soft, and that's not happening to my kid. So I teach her how to shut it down from now. And I'm not overly harsh with her when I throw the little criticisms out there. I'm not harsh on her. I don't say it in a way where she'll feel scared or anything. I just say it, and I let her know, like, not everybody's gonna be nice to you, and this is how you have to respond to it, because it's all about how you feel about yourself. If you like something and somebody else doesn't, it's okay. It's life. Not everybody is gonna like what you like. And that goes right back to what I said in the beginning of this part of the video, when I said not everybody is gonna think like you. And again, I feel like that's really important, especially when you're talking about bullies, because it all comes from the mind. If somebody else doesn't think like you, they're not gonna react like you get what I'm saying? So that's something I feel like you really have to teach your kids, especially if you're gonna bring up the topic of bullying. And once they understand that, talking to them about any type of bullying and people just not being nice in general, they'll get it. They'll understand it, no problem. Alright guys, I know the video is kind of long and I talk a lot, but I really want to thank everybody for watching. And if you guys have any questions or any topics you guys want to talk about, you guys can reach me on Social Moms. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter-ish, kind of. Honestly, I just really go on there for the celebrity drama. But there'll be a link to all of that. You guys can add me, Snapchat, whatever it is. There's also a number you guys can text. It's an app number. So if you guys want to download a texting app or whatever and send me questions, feel free to do so. Also, for the Share Your Birth, if you guys want to send in little video clips for me to post up of you guys' story about you guys' journey, your pregnancy journey and your birth, feel free to do so. And I hope you guys stay tuned, because Wednesday is Relationship Wednesday, where you guys can ask any questions you want about sex. Just again, DM me before or after the baby, anything to do with relationships. I'm here. Thank you guys for watching. Again, like and subscribe and stay tuned.